All right, so as we always do, let's go ahead and jump into the news and rumors regarding the San Francisco 49ers, as there's always something going on. And this offseason, as I've said, it's an interesting offseason and an important offseason, so I want to dive into the news and rumors right now with you guys, starting with Kirk Cousins. Now, we've talked about Kirk Cousins before here on this show, and we'll give my opinion that, listen, Kirk Cousins might actually be traded this offseason. You don't really know what his future is with the Minnesota Vikings. However, Mike Florio, yes, the Pro Football Talk guy, Mike Florio, went on 95.7 The Game on a Monday in Minnesota and said that Kirk Cousins fits perfectly, he said the word perfectly, with the 49ers. Now, we talked a lot about Deshaun Watson, right? We all want Deshaun Watson. However, if you were to be honest with yourself, Watson's very expensive. Kirk Cousins would not be. I mean, I don't think Kirk Cousins worth a first-round draft pick. Watson's worth at least 3, maybe 3 plus a player. So if you want a quarterback not named Jimmy Garoppolo, why not Kirk Cousins, who would be a lot cheaper if you don't want to give up the big-time draft capital / maybe even a big player like Nick Bosa to go ahead and trade for Deshaun Watson. The other question, of course, is this guy an actual upgrade over Jimmy Garoppolo? Like, I mean, that's a serious conversation we need to have tonight. Is he an upgrade over Jimmy Garoppolo? And I think a lot of people are torn on whether that is the case or not. So again, Mike Florio goes on 95.7 The Game in Minnesota. They ask him about the future of Kirk Cousins. He says this: Cousins steps right in and runs the offense. He knows the offense. It's a guy that Kyle Shanahan and his dad, Mike, drafted in the 4th round of the 2012 NFL Draft. At a time when RG3 was essentially forced upon them by ownership, Cousins is a guy that Shanahan believes can run the offense well. And I would agree with him on this. I mean, listen, one of Kirk Cousins' better years were whenever he was in Washington with the Washington football team, formerly the Washington Redskins. I know, even with that being said, the stats don't lie for this year. This is 2020, 35 touchdowns, 13 picks. Now, the Vikings had a ton of defensive issues. Then they had some coaching issues. They didn't run the football very well, and at least early on. And then they figured out Dalvin Cook was actually pretty good, and they started running the football with Dalvin Cook. But you tell me that Kirk Cousins wouldn't do well in the Niner uniform playing with Kyle Shanahan? I think he would. And if you believe this, that Jimmy Garoppolo is an injury-prone quarterback that's a little bit overrated, can I present you Kirk Cousins, who has missed like 1 game in the past 6 seasons? He's been very, very healthy, albeit he has been iffy. He did win a playoff game on the road with the Saints last year, but he has been a little bit up and down in terms of wins and losses. But I think he could potentially be an upgrade over Jimmy Garoppolo, and I would at least be interested in it, and I wouldn't hate it like some fans I know would, just based on the name of Kirk Cousins. Let me ask you guys this. It'll be a pinned comment down below here. If you're watching this a little bit later, pick your quarterback. We already did this earlier. I want to see it again right now down below. Type KC for Kirk Cousins. Type JG for Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm honestly curious, like where are you guys at on this? Who would you rather have as the starting quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers going forward in 2021? Let me know down below right now, pinned comment. Hopefully we get some mixed comments on this, because I think a lot of people will be torn on who they think is better overall. Okay, speaking of how good he could be, let's throw up the quote from Niners Nation right now, who had the whole story and a great write-up on this, and they kind of back up what I just said. Kirk Cousins has missed 1 start in 6 seasons. That's his saving grace. It doesn't hurt that he's a veteran quarterback who can hit the deep throws. Cousins is significantly better at hitting receivers in stride down the field, or at least giving his targets a chance, than Jimmy Garoppolo has been. But the sacks and, quote, "oh no, Kirk" throws are difficult to ignore. I mean, they hit it right in the head. Honestly, I really think that they are correct. He's been very, very healthy, which is something that Jimmy Garoppolo has not been over the past couple of years. He throws a very good deep ball with Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel. You might want to have that. But the knock on him is he does have throws, most notably interceptions, where you go like, Kirk, what are you doing? Like, why did you throw that pass? And he's had a little bit too many of them, I think, for the Vikings but maybe he goes to a better overall offensive system with, obviously, Kyle Shanahan. And makes a lot of sense. I honestly think this is a pretty interesting thing to keep an eye on, especially the Vikings look to shop him this offseason. Let me know what you guys think by giving me a thumbs up right now in terms of just trading for any quarterback. I've mentioned a lot of them: Carson Wentz, Deshaun Watson, Kirk Cousins, Matt Stafford. If you would want to trade for one of those 4, like the video right now. I want to see a bunch of likes on this video. Let me know what you guys think right now. Smash that like button if you want to trade for a quarterback. Okay, let's move over to something that I found was pretty funny. You guys are going to like this story. So Jerick McKinnon, right? Remember, he is a 49er, and then he has another injury, and then he restructures his deal and finally plays in 2021, right? It's been like years, 2018, since we saw McKinnon on the field. Well, he's a free agent this offseason, as we talked about in a video a couple of days ago. And I was wondering, will the 49ers actually be going ahead and signing him to another contract, bringing him back as a backup running back? However, he was on Instagram Live with Deebo Samuel and was asked straight up, hey, you return Jerick, and we'll read the quote, but he was very, very emphatic that he's not going to want to return to the San Francisco 49ers, meaning like Jeff Wilson, is that RB2 now? Michael Hasty? More on that in a second. First off, look at this. This is funny. So this is Deebo with Jerick on IG Live asking him straight up, hey, Jerick, you going to come back? Quote, am I staying with the Niners? No. Bleep no, right? Like cover your kids' ears. Bleep no. What the hell are you talking about? We gone. Okay, now, I'm no expert, and I'm no linguistics specialist, but that tells me that he's probably not going to be coming back in 2021. I mean, shocker, right? I mean, that's pretty emphatic that he wants to go somewhere else, which honestly, based on what happened last year, I really don't have a problem with it. I mean, Mostert's the guy. I mean, Mostert's healthy. Even though he played less games than McKinnon, he's a better overall running back. So we know that Mostert's RB1. Now this clearly shows that McKinnon can be out of the picture, while Jeff Wilson comes in as running back number 2. And then maybe he gets a little more Michael Hasty. He went down with the season-ending injury. I would personally love to see Hasty get a lot more touches. I know a lot of you guys would like to see the same. I really have no problem with Jerick McKinnon leaving. I didn't think he was going to stay anyway, and this, I think, further emphasizes that this RB depth chart will look similar next year, but get rid of Coleman, because I think he's going to be gone, get rid of McKinnon, and then insert Michael Hasty as running back number 3. And that remains a very good 1-2-3 punch for the San Francisco 49ers, which needs to continue to be a run-first offense, as we have seen over the past couple of years, but needs to get even I think, back to it and a little bit better at it overall, because that's something that San Francisco definitely needs to go ahead and continue to do. Pick your RB number 2. I mean, I think we could agree that typing W is a safe bet here for Jeff Wilson. He had most of the carries and led the team in rushing last year. But if you wanted to see McKinnon come back, which I don't know why, but you can hit M down below. If you want to see Michael Hasty, my Baylor boy. Shout out to Baylor, my alma mater. Type H down below for Jermichael Hasty. Baylor, as we know, is a lot better than Oklahoma as a school. As producer Sam went to Oklahoma and is very mad at me saying that, but I just got to get that in there, right? Baylor rolled, Kansas? Just the other night, basketball. I'm getting sidetracked, but man, it is exciting. While we move over here, let's get off Baylor and back on the channel. We're trying to hit the 32,000 subs by Sunday. So we're at 31,819 people who love seeing my face every single day and love the San Francisco 49ers. And I appreciate all 31,819 of you, but we want to get to 32,000. So go ahead and just hit the bigger subscribe button down below. First time on the channel, welcome. Gather around. It's a great place, fun place, big 49er place. Make sure you guys subscribe down below in the comment section. Okay, I want to quickly move over to a really interesting article by, it was Mark Seltzer, which sounds like seltzer water, but is a different guy, I guess. He's a writer at NFL, around the NFL, and he was asking about who he loves in the postseason next year, and like a little preview of 2021. Loves San Francisco, loves their chances, predicts the 49ers to be the big rebound team in 2021, and cited what we all know is health was the main issue with the 49ers going into this year and really the entire year. And so he says, book the playoff party, which is very exciting. Speaking of playoff parties, listen, right now, betting on the 49ers looks pretty good in terms of their Super Bowl odds. You do it with our friends at BetUS. Go to chatsports.com go to chatsports.com I'm blanking on this right now, /49bet. Chatsports.com /49bet. Use the promo code Niners125 for 125% deposit bonus whenever you guys first sign up. Right now, you guys want to go ahead and bet on the Niners to win the Super Bowl next year. A little early, but they're looking pretty good, right? Chiefs, obviously the best odds. You bet $100, you'll win $600. Packers plus 1,000. Bills plus 1,000. I mean, these are easy, right? Baltimore there at 1,200. But then you see down there a little lower, the San Francisco 49ers are plus 16 to go, or 1,600 to go to win the Super Bowl. It means you bet $100, you're going to win $1,600. Not a bad bet if you want to get those in right now. Of course, do it with our friends at BetUS. And listen, I get a lot of DMs asking me about our jersey giveaway, which remember we did when the season was going on. Well, guess what? We're bringing it back for new BetUS customers. So if you've not signed up to bet with our friends at BetUS, you have a chance to get a brand new George Kittle or, of course, Nick Bosa jersey. All you have to do is go to chatsports.com /49bet. Got to put a deposit bonus down of $100 or more. That's important. Use the promo code Niners125 and then email us your proof of deposit, and we'll send you your choice of this Nike Red Scarlet jersey, whether it's Bosa or Kittle, for free. It's on us. Again, email us 49ers at chatsports.com. You see that down below me. Just email us right there, proof that I signed up, and then we'll get your info, get your size, and boom, brand new Nick Bosa jersey is yours for the offseason. Because even though the season is over, you still want to rep the 49ers. And so, of course, why not bet and maybe win some extra money with our friends at BetUS while also getting a free jersey as well. And, of course, any betting questions can also email us, same email, chatsports.com 49ers at chatsports.com is the place to go for that one. I mean, come on, free jersey. Like, jump in on that for new BetUS customers going into the offseason. All right, let's get back to Mark Seltzer's comments on the Niners in 2021. Quote, "My reasoning is simple. Kyle Shanahan is a top 3 coach. He did more to prove that this season than during the Super Bowl run a year ago. No team in football was more harassed with injuries. The Niners deposited a league-high 31 players on IR. Will Shanahan and McDaniel be calling plays for Garoppolo or another? San Francisco is the second team to watch on the Watson front. Either way, book the Niners the next year's playoff party. They have every right to see over what occurred this past autumn, as of course, obviously they do, because they were extremely injured. And as I've said before, instead of the start of this video, they will be a playoff team in 2021. The only way San Francisco would not be a playoff team in 2021 is if you have more injuries, which is possible. I mean, every team that has to deal with their injuries, but 31 on IR, league high in 2020 was ridiculous. There's just no way that happens. At least I hope that it doesn't happen. And if it doesn't, they stay healthy, they're going to be just fine. They're absolutely going to be good to go, and they are absolutely going to go ahead and make the postseason. Tough division. I mean, we got to be honest. It's not an easy division overall, but I think their chances of making the playoffs are very, very good. And I think you guys can agree with me on this. Give me your prediction. Why down below for yes, the Niners will go ahead and make the 2021 playoffs, and down below, the Niners will not make the 2021 playoffs. Let me hear what you guys think. I mean, if you type N, explain why. Like, is there a reason why you don't think that they would? Because I think most of us would agree, and I see a lot of you guys typing down below yes on our live audience here that they will make the postseason. I agree as well. Okay, final quickly, bit of news here. The 49ers officially hired their new quarterbacks coach, and it is Rich Scangarello, is how you go ahead and say his last name. That became official on Wednesday. He was with the 49ers in 2017 and 2018, so has worked with Jimmy Garoppolo in the past. He almost went to be Robert Saleh's OC until, of course, you got a different OC up there in the Jets. He worked with the Eagles as quarterbacks. He worked for the Eagles, I think, the quarterbacks coach this past season as well. So he went away from the 49ers, went with Philadelphia, came back, and now has agreed to terms with San Francisco, which I think bodes well for Jimmy Garoppolo. I think if you overall look at what Jimmy Garoppolo was able to do whenever Scangarello was with him, which you got to go back to the 5 starts at the end of 2017, then 3 starts before Jimmy Garoppolo tore his ACL in week 3. He was pretty good. 12 touchdowns, 8 picks, 64% completion percentage. Not bad overall. I don't think that Scangarello is going to, completely revolutionize the 49ers quarterback play, because you have other people like Floria, and obviously you have Shanahan in there, but it is something to go ahead and note that they do have their quarterbacks coach, which I wanted to update you guys here on this show as well. If Garoppolo starts in 2021, give me your confidence level on him as a starter. We talk about trading him, or at least trading for a different quarterback every single week, it feels like here. But if we were to stick with Garoppolo, my original pick to be the starting quarterback, let me know what your scale is here in terms of 1 to 10. I'd say 7 or 8, just based on obviously the offense that he is in, and I got to agree with you guys on that one.